late, and this one's going to come out a day later, so you guys aren't going to see it till Wednesday. I apologize. You know, it just... Last week was crazy. We had a lot of stuff happen. Of course, more towards the later of the week, but we still have the kitten, so we still have Darlin. She is doing wonderful. She is finally off her medication. She's also off a bottle, so she is eating off of a plate as of the last couple of days and doing really, really, really well. So I'm excited about that. She is absolutely a little devil. She just running around doing kitty parkour, get the zoomies. She just crazy. She just crazy. Still scared of nothing. She don't care. Should I tell you she's scared of nothing? Because we had us a big old beast at our house over the weekend. So let me just kind of tell you what happened, okay? See, what happened was Thursday early, the prince went outside to walk our little beasties and comes back in and tells me, hey, that dog that runs around is out there and she looks really, really, really skinny. Why don't you go give her some food? Well, I'm expecting to see these little dogs because we got a pack of little dogs that runs around up there in Athens that animal control just can't catch. It's a mama dog and her babies, and they just can't catch her. I mean, this has been going on for years. And she's very skittish, and generally I will put out a big pile of food and walk away, and she will come eat, and the babies will come and all that. So I'm expecting to see her. I go out there, that is not what I saw. There was a horse out there, basically. I don't mean that literally, I mean that figuratively for you in the back. But a very large dog, extremely emaciated, looked in really, really, really rough shape, and by the time I got out there, she was walking into the garage at the window tinting place, and of course the lady that's standing out there starts freaking out because this big dog has walked into her business, and she's screaming at me, is this your dog? Come get it. And I was like, no, it's not. It's a stray that's obviously starving, but if you give me just a minute, I'll get her out of your business. Hang on. She comes right to me. She is the sweetest, most gentle thing you have ever met. We're very concerned because she literally is just skin and bones. She's a Great Pyrenees. She's a big dog. Y'all know what I mean. And she just skinny, looked terrible. I mean, just must have been when she showed up with me, and we just snatched her up, right? Animal control did show up, and I told him, hey, never mind. Here's the reason why. I was just flat out honest with her. I said, look, she's an old girl. You can tell. I'm just afraid if you take her, they're going to put her down. And she said, well, that's a possibility. And I said, I don't mean to have wasted your time, but I'm sorry. We're going to see what else we can do. Call the Humane Society, or just find her home, do whatever it is that we can. But I don't want to relinquish her because I don't want her put down. So she leaves. So we've got her home. We get her cleaned. She's very gentle. She doesn't pay any mind to the cats at all. Of course, they're freaked out. But she paid no mind to the cats at all. She was fine with the dogs. We had no issues. She was fine with the grandbaby. She just precious little thing, right? So she's had a lot of food and a lot of water over the weekend. She found my bed, so she was laying up in our bed. I mean, we let her. She little old lady. So, well, she ain't little. She big. She's a big old lady. But we let her. So anyway, I start getting these messages. And a girl texts me and said, hey, that's my boyfriend's dog. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, we live in that red barn behind your dental office. And I'm like, okay. She said, well, she's chipped. And I said, well, great, because I was planning on taking her to my vet Monday and check her for a chip. So we'll do that. And I said, hey, by the way, so let me ask you, I said, how long has your baby been missing? Oh, she's only been missing 2 or 3 days. I expected her to say that dog been missing over 30 days. And I said, well, look, I don't mean to sound cross, but this child didn't get this way in 2 or 3 days. She's emaciated. She's dehydrated. She has an active abscess on her foot, and her eyes have pus coming out of them. She goes, oh, yeah, we know about the abscess on her foot. I'm like, and? She's like, well, we'd really let us know what we've got to do to get her back. And I was like, well, first off, I'm going to check her chip. And secondly, if this is your dog, we need to have a conversation, because this baby didn't get this way in a couple of days. I said, and she's obviously old and she deserves better than this. She said, oh yeah, she's 13 years old. So we check her chip. Sure enough, that was the name of the dog. All it had was the name of the dog and her breed, which she was Great Pyrenees. It was a good guess. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm doing with this information, because I'll just be honest with you, and I told Animal Control the same thing. I don't want to give her back. You looking at her? Animal Control shows up midway through my day. They've reported that I have her. And since in the state of Tennessee, an animal is nothing more than a possession, if I don't return the dog, I could be arrested for theft of property. You hear that sarcastic tone in my voice? They're just property. They don't mean anything. I mean, it's not like it's a living, breathing thing that depends on you, right? Yeah, I'm kind of bashing them a little bit. I am. I did have to return her. I'm worried to death. Didn't get much sleep last night, just concerned about her. She's an outside dog. They gave every excuse in the world as to why she looks like 13 years old. She's outside dog. She's a work dog. She's 13 years old. She can barely walk. Well, she just doesn't eat. Funny, because she ate everything in my house. Everything that was in front of her, she ate. Funny, because I mean, I'm just giving her kibble, and like, I'm not giving her anything special. I'm pulling into the studio. We'll talk about this later. Maybe I can calm down. I love you. Bye. Hey, we're back. Show's over. We're on our way home. Anyway, let's finish our conversation, shall we? So anyway, Animal Control shows up. Make a long story short, animals are considered property. So I have no choice but to have to turn over this animal back to the people that had them. Now, I've heard every excuse from she's an outside dog. That's the reason she looks the way she looks. She's a working dog. She won't eat food. She constantly wanders off. Gee, I wonder why. Wonder why she wanders off. I would too. They came to pick her up last night, obviously with the officer there. I didn't spend more than 30 seconds and I had to walk away before I throat punched him. they were more concerned about a $50 Seresto collar than they were about the dog's current health, right? The abscess on her foot, her sick eyes, the matted hair, her starving literally to death. They weren't concerned about that. They were concerned because I threw away that nasty collar because the Seresto collar was only 3 weeks old. So yay. Humans suck. Sorry, didn't mean for this to be a bitch fest. Stay tuned. They will be keeping track. I will be keeping track. Because now I know, right? Like, if I didn't know, I don't know. But now I know. Now I'm invested. Now I know there's an animal being mistreated. And do you really think that I'm just going to stand idly by and watch that happen? We'll be following up. I have a lot of good friends that stood behind me in this and have helped me find some really good rescue places. In the event that we end up getting her back, then we will find a rescue to put her in so that she is able to find a loving home that will just feed her and love her and cuddle her and let her be in a very comfortable place until the end of her days, which probably won't be that long given she's 13 years old. Just saying. What else are we doing today? I don't know. We got a few things. We got to go get the other half of the vaccine for Darlin because it's been a couple of weeks, so we need to get her other half of her vaccine to fight against the Pan-Luke. I don't think I'm going to be doing deposits today. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I think I do have some billing to do. I've got some accounting to do, so I've definitely got some phone calls we've got to make. Really need to be working on that back deck, but it needs to stop raining. Yeah. So I screwed the pooch on the back deck. Y'all want to see? Let me throw the picture in right here. Here's the quick little video of how bad I screwed myself. I got that little section over there done. Yeah. Jesus Christ, I know. I don't know what the hell I was thinking that I did not wipe that off as I put that on, but I have made so much extra work for myself. Oh my God. It's going to take me a month to get all that grout off. I know! It's got to stop raining so I can do it. It just, oh, my hands hurt thinking about it. You see that one little corner? Yeah, that's all I gotten so far. I haven't, in all honesty, I haven't really got to work on it because it's rained so much. So yeah, I screwed myself. The tile's beautiful. It looks great. The job went well. You know, it's kind of lumpy bumpy, but this is natural stone and the stuff isn't level. That's just the way it is. That's what happens when you deal with natural stone. It's like honed. So it is what it is. I didn't expect it to all be, you know, flat and even and all that, because you don't get that with those types of products. But it'll be beautiful when we get to the end of it. We'll put some pictures somewhere when we get to the end of it. Well, I mean, actually, I'll end the video because we'd actually have a video of us putting the tile down, doing all those things. Obviously, that hasn't come out because I haven't edited that. The demo should be coming out soon. I've already edited that and got that up. We'll see what happens from there. But the final shots of it will be in the final video of actually putting the tile down. I didn't film grouting it because I did it very hastily, obviously, as you can see. I didn't have enough time to get it done that night, and I should have just done it in sections. Hindsight's 20/20. I'm just saying. But I should have done it in sections. And I didn't. That's what I get. I'm kicking myself in the ass pretty hard for this one. Yeah. I should have known better. I should have known better. That's what I get. I got a little too anxious, y'all. I did. I just wanted the job to be done, and I got too anxious. Shame on me. I know. It'll be pretty by the time it's done. It'll be fine. I just didn't need all that extra work. So, we'll go ahead and end the video here since it was such a big bitch fest. I'm sorry, but, you know, sometimes we just got to talk about it. We just got to talk about it. All right, y'all know the rules. Y'all stay out of trouble now, but if you